Disclaimer, a couple times in this episode, we say episode 13. It's actually episode 14. You're not going crazy. Don't worry, it's me mostly who was going crazy / is going crazy. You'll hear about why exactly. So every time you hear us say episode 13, just ignore that and put in episode 14 and move on with your life. Thank you. Welcome to episode 13 of the Wheelhouse. I'm one of your wheel hosts, Andrew. Oh, with me this week is Sterling Gavinski.
Hello, the wheel hottest.
And Gus Rives.
Wheelhouse.
Oh, well, okay. I said wheel host.
Wheel, how are you doing today?
Oh, pretty bad.
Tell us about it.
Yeah, first off.
Never mind. I was trying to think of a wheel thing. Yeah. Go ahead, Andrew.
Going off of 4 hours of sleep, which I don't usually do. Don't recommend it. I don't feel too bad, actually. But I feel like I'm going to hit a wall.
You will.
Oh, yeah. My second all-nighter of all time. Was it last week where I said I did my first all-nighter of all time?
Yeah, it was like last week.
And now it's the second. So it's not stopping. Working on my film I had to edit. And just stayed up until 8 a.m. Working on sound, color correcting, and then having to mush it all together. A lot of just sitting and waiting and being really sad, which I guess is part of the industry. So, and I started drinking coffee recently, which I also don't usually do. I've just been drinking like this past week because I need it. And because I don't usually drink coffee, it has its full effect. I have no tolerance for it whatsoever. So,
Do you not drink soda either?
No, I don't drink soda. Don't drink soda. Only on special occasions. Like maybe next week's episode.
Soda?
Yeah.
Man.
That'll keep him coming back. Next week, Andrew will drink soda.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, listening to us drink for 45 minutes. And then the big thing that just happened is an essay for my history class, I found out I got a 0 on it.
Zilch. Which
again, new experiences. College is all about new experiences, so it's all-nighters, drinking coffee, failing on
0 on essays,
on class assignments. Like it's all part of the overall
experience. Yeah.
Man, I've been doing that since elementary school.
You know how it is. Yeah.
We've all been there,
Really?
No, I've never.
I've never gotten a
0 on
not on a paper,
essay.
but on quizzes and tests.
You might as well explain how, or people are going to think he's terrible.
You just didn't write anything.
Everything.
Well, I knew right off the bat, objectively, it's the worst paper I've written, and I knew that when I finished it, and that was the instance of my first all-nighter, staying up until 6 to work on it. The reason I stayed up till 6 was partly my fault of being dumb and procrastinating, but also that film class I was talking about eats up so much time. All my weekends from that shoot, even before the shoot, just preparing for it, shooting it, and having to do post-production, I just didn't have time. I had to cut things out, and all my classes suffered a little bit. That one, though, biggest hit of all time. So it was 6 a.m. I got to 10 pages, which is a requirement, and I was like, I forgot citations. Why did I forget? It was a conscious decision. I don't have time at this point. It's not realistic to try and do it. So I just took them out. So because of it, my paper suffered, and I got a good old 0 for what amounts to plagiarism, which I don't. You guys say you don't agree with that either.
I don't agree because you included a works cited.
Yes.
If you just paraphrase,
yeah.
And obviously you don't have internal citations, but if you didn't include a works cited,
that's
a bibliography, then I would say you're
technically you have to
plagiarist.
Do inline citations for paraphrasing too. Technically, I think.
Yeah, you do.
So,
but
that was my.
But the fact that you had the autobiography,
bibliography.
Bibliography. Because she was like, I would have reported you if you had kept the quotes.
Mm-hmm.
At that point, I'd be like, nah, he had the people there. You just gotta. That's on you, Teach. Look them up. Read the stuff.
But instead, minus 100 points.
Minus 100%.
A little screwed up.
Isn't that bibliography at the end one giant inline citation for the whole paper?
Yep.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. whatever. I'm over it. I threw it in the trash can on the way here. I might
Saw
pick
it.
it up.
Yeah, we watched him.
I
It was
might-
triumphant,
It was.
perhaps.
No, it was
Or
very
was it?
unflashy. You barely
Was
noticed.
it a defeated man?
I might go after the show if it's still there. I'll take it and bring it home, show it to my parents.
Keep
put
it, yeah.
Put it on the fridge.
It's a nice memory.
And I glanced at the very back, and of course I see that giant fat 0, but there's like a little paragraph next to it, and
Oh.
I don't want to read it.
You haven't read it?
No. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to just like paraphrase what she said when I met her,
Yeah, where's your
Where's your
citations,
citation?
professor?
but I don't know.
Cool.
Man,
I mean, not cool, obviously, but you know.
that's rough.
Let's take a moment of silence.
I have a
Thinking the same
downer thing
thing.
I can talk about.
Let's hear it.
I watched Grave of the Fireflies for the first
Oh
time.
yes,
Oh,
nice. Yeah.
Just on a whim.
And you cried?
No, I didn't cry, but I had always heard that it was depressing, that it started out as a downer, and it just got worse from there,
Yeah.
and that excited me more than anything. I was like, nah, I've never encountered a film, like you said, what movie, Schindler's List? Was
Yeah.
that it? Like, you
What?
don't want to watch it
Yeah,
again?
I'm not compelled to see it again because I like to sort of have that first experience sort of like crystallizes. It's like that's what it is.
But is it because it was like so effective
Yeah,
to you?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I have never encountered that before, but I definitely don't want to watch Grave of the Fireflies
Yeah.
again because it's a pretty. Have you seen it, Sterling?
No, I haven't.
It's a downer. It was in a way because I knew it was about like World War II, Japan and whatnot,
Fire bombings.
and so I figured it would have been about like people in war, but it's not.
yeah, it's like civilians.
Yeah, and so I think if it was just people in war, it would have been easier to almost like get past all the because there's so many movies like that. But
Yeah.
anyway,
Yeah.
But you liked it?
yeah.
Or you
Oh,
loved
the
it.
animation
Oh, yeah.
is beautiful. Still, even though it's like a
Ooh.
dark film, it's still amazing.
Because I think I mentioned my main criticism with that is that it does start so sad and just gets sadder from there. There's like no moments of levity to kind of like give you, catch your breath. So it felt like a
there are,
slog
like,
at
times
times.
where it's like I mean there's definitely
lighthearted?
there's definitely a comic relief at certain points, but overall it is a
I wasn't laughing.
downer.
Is that a Miyazaki movie?
It is.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think he directed it, and it's a Ghibli
Okay.
film. There we go.
Ah, gotcha.
All right. Well, as you can tell, this episode is going to be strange because of how I'm feeling. So I don't even have my main notes. So
Oh my
what do I
God.
usually say here? Oh, if you're new to this show, you should listen to us, which you are right now.
Spoilers for these albums? Just a heads up.
What?
Yeah,
What a-
spoilers for
Oh,
these albums.
I thought you were going to say something like,
No.
I didn't
No.
listen to them.
No, I, for one, actually came in today with notes, which I haven't done for like the past 5 episodes or something like that.
And I was supposed to, but I left mine at home.
Oh, gosh.
Like a fuck boy, you know. What are we starting with?
Well, if you're like, hey, what does Gus mean? What are we starting with? Because you're
Oh,
new.
We're skip. Okay.
I'll tell you. Every episode we recommend 3 new media that the other 2 have not experienced, and then that week we go out and experience those things, and then come back and talk about it like we're doing right now. Blah blah blah. All right, first thing we're talking about
There we go. That was more like it.
is "I Love You, Honeybear," an album by Father John Misty. Came out in 2015. Gus recommended this. Spoke very highly of it. And so
I
too.
think I can see Gus on the album art. Look at that little baby right there.
The
Looks like
baby.
Gus.
Yeah. Is that my hair or is that like a
I can't tell.
little halo?
I think it's
Yeah.
both.
There-
There's
yeah,
your
it's
hair, and then
Oh
Is
wow.
that your mom?
Honey
It-
Bear.
it could be.
That's Honey Bear.
Oh,
Oh,
No, that thing in the background, that's the
This
Honey
one?
Bear.
that one.
that's from
Slender
movie
Man?
Creep. What's that?
Peach Fuzz.
Yeah.
You got some double butt over here.
Oh, yeah. Didn't
yeah.
notice that.
Anyway, what
Oh.
did you guys think? Because I think it sucked. You know.
That's
Man,
why you
why'd
recommended
you even
it.
recommend it? What a waste of time.
Yeah. Sorry.
I have some preliminary questions.
Oh wow. Okay.
Who is Father John Misty?
Father John Misty is Josh Tillman. He was formerly of Fleet Foxes for a little bit.
Didn't know that until last week. when
Yeah.
You told me that. That's crazy.
And I think he only performed on Helplessness
He
Blues
played drums and
in
percussion. right?
2011. I'm
Oh, he wasn't lead.
pretty
Anything?
I'm
Oh, okay.
pretty sure. I'll double check. But Yeah, and other than that, I mean, I've never. He does have other studio albums and whatnot, but this is the only one I ever listened to. And I just listened to it because I knew it was like critically acclaimed album from last year, and I was like, why not?
I'm on the cover. I'll check it out.
Yeah, and
so is he mainly known for being Fleet Foxes, even though he wasn't like a huge part?
I feel like
that.
With this album, he's now coming more with the Father John Misty name. He's now coming.
He totally
more
has
popular.
an identity as Father John Misty. Yeah,
I think before he was just kind of like
that guy from Fleet Foxes.
Not even just that guy, and he was
Side
performed
projects,
with
singer-songwriter.
Fleet Foxes. Yeah. So, yeah. Other than that, I don't know too much about him.
Well, something I know is that I thought this album was excellent.
Yeah.
And there's some songs on here that I absolutely love.
Same.
I figured
you could say that you
Andrew
love
really
I Love You, Honeybear. This album is your Honeybear.
Oh, yeah. Sure. Overall,
yes, he played drums.
Okay. What struck me right off the bat was the vocals, very powerful and intimate at the same time. And it remains sort of intimate, even though like some songs have a very like large sound to them. After listening to it first time, I was like, man, I just want to go back and listen to it. Like right now, go back and listen. Yeah, and the lyrics, again, being very honest and heartfelt without being like overly sentimental. Yeah. Just all around very, very awesome. Sterling?
I agree with those sentiments towards this album. I really like the fact, like you said, with like there's like a few things that really stand out about Father John Misty and this album, and that's that there's like this really strong personality throughout the entire thing, both in like the performances and the lyrics that are pretty like unique, if you know what I mean. Like the lyrics are really like honest and comedic at times, which, you know, if you don't do that right, it's like cheesy and lame. Yeah.
So many.
Like it kind of reminds me of Courtney Barnett in a little bit, you know, where she has like those kind of like silly lyrics, like
or Weezer.
Yeah, exactly. But his performances sell it. Like sounds so emotional and so like passionate about the subject matter, which is very clear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And on top of that, musically, everything is really like lush. And like Andrew said, there's like big band moments, and he can also bring it back really well.
Yeah. And
there's good like folksy, quiet songs.
Yeah. And I think one way that he does that is that there's usually always like an acoustic guitar to like throughout the whole thing. So that when stuff, even like when like I know like something like the first track where it is very, very big, you kind of have that to like underlying foundation to go back to. Yeah. So you want to get nitty gritty?
Well, so you skipped my.
Well, we know you love it.
Well, actually, I only listened to this album one time before recommending it. And so upon re-listening to it more, I like it even more now. Especially my favorite part about this whole album is the lyrics. I think the lyrics are great through and through. Some really awesome moments, like on some songs like Bored in the USA.
Oh, yeah.
And The Night Josh Tillman Came to Our Apartment. I love it. Yeah, funny, but also like melancholic and self-deprecating at times and sarcastic. It's great. It's... I really enjoy this. I probably, retrospectively speaking, because I didn't listen to this in 2015, I'd probably say it's my favorite album of 2015.
Nice.
So. More than To Pimp?
More than what?
To Pimp?
T-Pab.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think To Pimp a Butterfly is more culturally impactful and important, but
personal.
Just on personal enjoyment, I Love You, Honeybear more.
Nice.
Yeah. So,
we'll go track by track, nitty gritty, and I want to let's try and guess Gus's favorite song. Gus, you have a favorite song on here?
Do I have a favorite song on here?
I want to guess it.
I actually haven't like considered it.
I already know what it is. I could tell you later. Like I know.
You know mine?
Yeah, I know your favorite, even though you don't know.
I know it too.
Yeah. Oh, you do?
Yeah, I think so.
Telepathically, tell me.
What am I not getting here? I don't.
We'll get there.
Okay.
I'm very surprised to find that the one I'm thinking is his favorite is mine too.
I can't. They're all so good. Except
I know.
I definitely have a least favorite. I'll say that much.
Okay.
But
all right, we'll get there.
Yeah,
we'll get there.
We will.
Starting with
soon.
"I Love You, Honeybear," the title track.
One of the best songs,
and it's actually my favorite song on here.
I knew this would be your favorite song.
It's one of my least favorites.
What?
But every time I listen to it, I really like it. But then after the album goes on longer, I forget about it because I like the other songs so much more.
No.
Oh,
just
yeah.
like hits me like right off the bat, like, oh my gosh, just hit you in the face. Oh wait, sorry.
Well, I mean, it perfectly like sets up the rest of the album because the album pretty much ties in like him and his wife and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so,
Sterling, how did you know this was my favorite?
Well, okay, for me. It was between this one and, if I'm not mistaken, I think.
For my favorite.
Yeah, guessing your favorite.
I probably do have a second favorite. Too.
maybe when you're smiling and I'm in Astride Me.
No, I thought it was Nothing Good Ever Happens, which.
No.
Okay. Well, anyways.
Yeah, the song is amazing. Unlike what Gus says.
Yeah.
It has
sucks.
This is my second favorite.
Yeah.
Second favorite
It
song
just
on the
starts off with this huge, like, grand, like, sweeping sound.
Oh, I do love that.
Yeah, it's got this like big band element
and
to
there's
it.
some parts, there's like underlying moments like kind of creepy or haunting kind of almost, but overall it's like so beautiful. The fantastic arrangement with like piano strings, that acoustic guitar backing I was talking about. The lyrics are wonderful as usual, and this song actually reminds me of Dark Fantasy, the opening to Kanye's album.
I could see
how
that.
he just hard hitting like this huge like really this maximum arrangement of all these different
instruments. That's the only way I can put it. Is a lot of the music on this album is colorful AF.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Like that
Agreed.
album art.
Oh yeah. I also love the album art.
Can I just say how
Can't forget
important album art is to an album?
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it sets up the aesthetic part that you can't see. And this album
whenever
art is great.
If I re-listen to an album, like if I visualize anything about it, it's usually in the color
Yes,
or style of the
exactly.
album art.
So when there's a shitty album cover, it sucks because it ruins everything.
That's so weird though.
Like Crazy Wonderful Party Night, whatever it's called.
By Elton John. Yeah. When I listen to that, when I think about it, I just get an epilepsy. But
Cool. What's next?
only downhill from there.
Chateau. Yeah, I guess for you. Chateau Lobby.
So this is the one, Andrew, that I was talking about has like the world music influence.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think this song is pretty good. It's kind of middle of the road for me, as in not in terms of like goodness, but on the album, it's one of my middle of the road faves.
Yeah, it's got again another full sound, like a full orchestra with strings and brass.
Oh yeah,
When you're talking about that world music, like definitely with the percussion, it's a little more unconventional. Another strong track.
good lyrics.
Good lyrics.
Yeah, definitely. Good storytelling.
Someone was probably murdered in her wedding dress.
Well, here he says it's about Emma and I running around LA when we first met. This mariachi band on the song is part of the atmosphere here in LA. You just hear it in the air.
Yeah, but on the lyrics, I think I don't know if in this song he means anything significant or if he's just playing around. Like I don't think anyone is actually murdered in the wedding dress, obviously.
Oh yeah,
but does that
that lyric sticks with you though?
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah. I love that. I love it. That stanza.
Yeah.
But yeah. Because usually on most of his songs, I feel like he does have a lot to say. But on this one, I think it's just
that might
playful.
be some metaphor, maybe about blood and virginity.
Well, yeah, actually, I just clicked on the annotation. Yeah, it's probably it's innuendo for like virginity.
Nice.
Oh, well, there you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Good. Go Sterling.
Thank you.
Number 3.
I hate this song.
This is my least favorite song on the album.
Well, finally, we all agree.
True Affection.
Oh my God.
I don't know what the fuck happened. Why he included this. This should be an outtake.
It's out of place. It's electronic
Okay,
for some reason. Well, I know the reason. The reason
is
is the lyrics, because he talks about all this stereotypical stuff about, oh yeah, let's stop Skyping and let's meet up in person. Let's have a real crazy conversation. Or
Yeah,
whatever
it's how like technology gets in the way of actual human connection.
I think that's so cliche.
So he wanted to reflect that musically. He goes, "Oh, I'm just going to use all like synthetic instruments."
I think the whatever the meaning of the song is fine. That doesn't bother me. But yeah, the electronic element of the song totally just like makes it such an oddball out of the entire album.
Yeah, does not fit.
I mean, I think the
track
reasoning
list.
behind it, like in talking about the use of technology, is sound.
Exactly.
It just doesn't fit for this overall album.
Yeah,
Agreed.
exactly.
And, man, strange devices. I just don't. That line irks me. Like bothers me. It's
Well, this is like Paul
Why?
McCartney.
Why does it?
This is if Paul McCartney released an album in 2016, he's gonna be like, "Why are we like using all these why aren't we talking in person and using all these strange devices?
Strange device.
Where's the lefty guitar?"
I don't know. It just seems a little lazy. Strange devices. Like,
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. This entire song, in my opinion, is kind of lazy. But that's the thing, is this is for me one of the only weak moments on the album.
It's a pretty weak one though.
Pretty weak. It's
very
long.
weak, but the rest of the album, in my opinion, makes up for it.
Oh well, yeah.
Like this does not stain or taint my view of anything else, which is good. Which that means the album's good.
Gangadoo approved.
Gangadoo approved.
What, True Affection?
Is it the song with like the choking lyric at the end, or is that a different one?
This is the song. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
I love
more
this
lyrics
song.
that stick with you.
I love this song so much. I think it's hilarious.
It is, yeah.
The lyrics are funny.
Mm-hmm.
And musically, it's probably not like the strongest track.
That's why it's one of the middle of the road ones for me, because the music the music doesn't stick with me, but the lyrics are effective.
Yeah. I mean that's my main driving force behind this song. I love the lyrics.
I love this look on the right. But in true Father John Misty fashion, he's not about to let this girl get off easy. He does nothing. She's trapped into either dropping the name dropping or acknowledging her vapidity / general social independence. FJM punked her like Ashton never could. I don't know who wrote this shit.
What the fuck?
It's hilarious.
Upvote. You got to
Upvote
sign up,
that
man.
shit.
Yeah. Yep, this song's good.
Yeah.
An abrupt ending.
Abrupt ending?
Yeah, didn't expect it.
It's kind of like, oh, okay, it's over.
I guess I thought the ending was
When you're big,
awesome
when you choke.
with the choke. Yeah,
It is a good ending, but I didn't expect it. No, this is the song about like kissing your brother or whatever, right?
This one?
Yeah. Oh, there it is. Kissing my brother in my dreams. Yeah, finding God
My
knows.
brother, my
in my
dream.
dreams.
Is this
This is the wet dream song.
This is When You're Smiling and Astride Me. Song number 5.
No, I know. But is this the no, it's not. Okay, that's the next song. Musically, this one is a lot more, I guess. What's a good word for it? Mellow.
Yeah, no,
Dramatic.
that's right.
Is this with the female vocals
Melodramatic.
going like oh at the beginning? Or is that a different song?
I think that's a different song.
Okay.
Yeah,
My,
I don't.
my B. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, this is again is another one of my.
Before we recorded, Andrew was like, "Oh yeah, I love this album."
Yeah.
And then every track he's just like, "It's good."
Yeah, I mean, it's a consistent standard.
It is a consistent. Well,
Yeah.
almost
that
consistent
little
standard.
dip at the beginning,
Yeah.
but
Anyway,
Let's move on.
Let's just
there's an
going.
organ which is nice.
bug it.
Yeah,
Let's move on to the show tune. Nothing good ever happens at the
Okay.
goddamn.
I like
Thirsty
this song
Crow.
a lot.
This song is great,
yeah.
and
It's another of my other favorites, but not my favorite.
and the reason I say show tune is I feel like it has kind of like a
So it has like
show
a soul
tune theatrical
like,
element to it.
what is that like? You know, like on the Etta James album
Mhm.
and stuff. This also has that Hawaiian like slide guitar thing.
I love slide
That's
guitar.
my favorite
Yes.
part. It sounds
Yes.
so good.
I know.
It really sets like a tone like immediately, and that's why this song is one of my favorite, because like musically, it's like it's so effective, and it like puts you right in the place where the lyrics want you.
Yeah, lyrics. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
vivid. It's like storytelling.
Oh yeah, and
And,
that's one of FJM's strengths.
The slide guitar is also like so like subtle and whatnot.
Yeah.
Oh god, so good. It's like ASMR, you know, or whatever that stands for.
And I like how the initial sound at the beginning. It's very like a lethargic pace, kind of to like parallel being drunk.
And then the bass and the drums come in.
Yeah, and
that
then
part,
it builds up. There's like some clarinets, some like strings that kind of like have that horror like like that thing. Yeah, another strong song. Until we get to, I'm just kidding.
Until I was about to say,
Yeah.
I thought you would have liked this one because
I
I like
was
this one.
just joking. I just feel like I'm saying the same things because I like all these songs. But number
Oh,
7,
Strange Encounter is pretty good.
Strange Encounter. Very moody opening.
The
Yeah.
lyrics, I mean, the vocals on this one are strong.
Yeah, yeah.
They're very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Oh, also on, that's what I was
Nothing
going
Good
to
Ever
say.
Happens.
On When You're Smiling and Astride Me, strong vocals, very, very passionately sung, and this song is no different.
I don't have any notes on Strange Encounter. So I don't.
I
remember.
wrote here that there's some synth instruments in here, and in this instant it blends well.
Yeah.
Whereas True Affection is completely.
Could it? But could it be a motif? Strange is in the title. Strange devices.
Which
Oh my God.
Electronica.
Oh my god.
There you go.
All right, I don't like this album
Which
anymore.
track is the one with there's like a studio audience?
Yeah.
That's
sample?
Born in the USA.
Okay.
We'll get to.
We'll get
that.
we'll get to
Yeah,
that.
That's
Okay.
That's a highlight for me. Ideal Husband. This is a self-destructive song almost about pretty much how he's a shitty husband, right?
I think so. Yeah.
So I like that this song is upbeat, but
Yeah.
this is my other least favorite song.
Oh, really?
Because
Why?
of the at the beginning of the song, it makes me want to kill myself. Like every time I start the song, there's this sound effect that plays for like 30 seconds, and it's like a siren kind of. What to listen to again? It starts in this like a, and it's really, really, really like potent, and it bugs me so much. But everything else about the song I like.
You can't think of that.
Yeah.
Wait, play it. It's terrible.
Okay.
Like the rest of the song I really like, but
Yeah.
the sirens.
Sirens.
Yeah. There's like this wail at the beginning.
You might be confused.
Wait, no, I'm 99% sure
Might be
it's a song.
confused with a Phoenix album, maybe. This song.
Or Rant in E minor.
This part, oh yeah, I have questions about Bill Hicks. I have questions.
Hopefully I can answer them.
I hope you can because
I
I'm
didn't do a lot of
so
research.
curious.
Yeah. Guess what are you doing?
I'm playing that.
The
Oh,
ideal
playing
husband
that
is
part.
at the very beginning. Like it's the first sound you hear.
Oh. That?
Yeah. Do you hear that shit?
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
Yeah.
I like it because
Bugs
if
me.
it was just one straight like note, yeah, that would be annoying.
that'd
But
be
it
boring.
changes and whatnot, and so yeah, I like that. But I thought this song was a more meaningful song because yeah, he's kind of hard on himself.
Yeah.
Quit being so hard on yourself, FMJ. You know?
FJM.
FJM.
FMJ.
FMJ.
Born in the USA. Best track on the album,
Born
hands
in the
down.
USA is one of my
Hands
favorites.
down.
The lyrics are incredible. It's I mean it's just like a piano song, but
This is what I thought would be Gus's favorite.
Me
thought-
too. Me too.
Yeah.
It is my favorite.
Yeah.
this is the song.
Now I know if it's not your favorite, I know which one is your favorite.
This is a song that made me want to listen to the album because I don't even remember how, but I heard that Bored in the USA had great lyrics, and so I went to
You mentioned it to me, I recall.
yeah.
Yeah.
I went to this this website genius.com and I read the lyrics and I was like, wow, I really like those lyrics.
Yeah.
And so pretty much right around when we got Title because of Life of Pablo. This was the next album I pretty much listened to. So
It's a beautiful song.
it's a beautiful song.
Yeah.
A beautiful falsetto. This is the one with the crowd laughing,
Yes.
Yes.
which I think is effective without being cheesy.
It is yeah. Do you know why I used it?
King of Comedy.
No, he he thought that the lyrics and whatnot were too like heavy and serious, and so he felt compelled to put the laughing track to try
That feels
and like
sarcastic.
ease
It's
it
good.
off a little bit. But I think it almost worked in its favor, like in the serious way, because
Yeah.
you're
Feels
like
saying
you're
all
being
these things and then
mocked,
everyone's
you
just
know?
laughing and
Yeah.
whatnot. And it's just
Yeah.
like
Creepy.
And it's
yeah.
like a sitcom, which, what's more American than like fucking Big Bang Theory or something
Bang.
like that. Or Full House.
Or Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen.
yeah.
Born in the
he even
USA.
he sings it with the same
Yeah.
cadence
Yeah,
or
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
great.
The song is indebted
Great
to
song.
Bruce Springsteen's song. Yeah. I definitely knew right off the bat this would be Gus's favorite because I noticed recently that Gus tends to like these slower, more heartfelt songs. It
It either has to be
he's
slow and heartfelt or really fast and energetic.
But yeah, Gus has the soft side. I mean, Intervisions, he likes All in Love is Fair.
Yeah.
He loves that After the Gold Rush on that album.
Mm-hmm.
Train in
amazing.
Vain. Train in Vain. Yeah.
Train in Vain, that's on a slow
Overall,
song.
overall, it's more like poppy, and
Oh, it's
like-
poppy, yeah.
so
No, Train in Vain is amazing.
yeah. So I got you. I got you.
If this is, I mean, it's between this one and.
Don't say it. I know what it is.
Well, there's only two more, right?
Do you think it's coming
I think
up?
yeah.
Okay.
Is it, have we already covered it?
There's two that I'm thinking of, and one is one that we've covered. And one
Okay.
isn't, so.
Got it. And it's not this one.
It is not.
Nailed it.
Holy shit! I do like this song though.
Yeah, me too.
I love the song
It's
title. Holy shit!
It's my second favorite song.
Wow.
Yeah.
Um,
Lyrics.
the crereative lyrics. It
Yeah.
just keeps going on
Yes.
and
Like
on.
Gus, it doesn't remind you of like Admit It or something.
No, because
That's the
I see Bohemian. It does not make me think of Admit It by the band Say Anything.
I didn't know what you were saying. That's funny.
I was like, oh, Gus doesn't like this song because it
Andrew.
was Admit It lyrics.
Does that second lyric trigger you?
What?
Dead
Oh.
Religion's Holocaust.
I-
zero.
I haven't listened to the song after that meeting, but it will have a whole new meeting.
And I have a whole new, holy shit.
New
Yeah,
regimes,
I said
old
that.
ideals.
Do you feel how John feels in this song?
Oh, yeah,
Or
yeah.
Josh, I guess.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I can relate. I mean, that's what I said right after I got that paperback. So
That was the way that I felt on my wedding day was just so wild. I didn't think that was going to be the relation. This was about his wedding day.
Oh yeah, he wrote it on his wedding day.
He wrote it on his wedding
song,
day.
I believe so. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, he wrote the song on his wedding day.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a very good song.
Yep, it's a acoustic guitar, piano. Love that lyrical rhythm, how he delivers the lyrics. Yeah, love it. Look at that, lovely couple.
Aw. He almost looks like he'd be the brother. Do you guys watch The Walking Dead, the show?
Oh, you're talking about
but I know who you're talking about.
The lead guy. Yeah, he almost kind of looks like him. Final track.
To the store one day.
Was this your other guess?
Yeah, this is
another one of my favorites.
This is another one of my favorites too.
Yeah, simple, but
yeah, good
beautiful
storytelling.
Very sentimental.
Very moving at the end.
Yes.
Again, also very intimate.
It feels kind of ominous almost to me, or like foreboding. Like it seems like there's a little sense of like a foreshadow of death or an end of a relationship.
Yeah, I love the sort of progression because it starts off very mundane and then it builds to some more like grand, conceptual.
Don't let me die in a hospital.
Yeah,
I'll save the big one for last time we make love. That's the best lyric.
And at the very end, it just goes back to being mundane. So I just love how that arc there. Very, very cool.
See you around.
He's such a good writer.
Oh,
that's what. Yeah, I'm just in love with the lyrics.
I was gonna say, Gus, you're in love with Father John.
I'm in love with Father John. Yeah,
he's your Honeybear.
The next album's gonna be about his new spouse, me. So whoever this Emma is, she needs to go.
Gus Bear.
I am Gus Bear. Hopefully that'll happen. But yeah. Anyway, album's great.
Very great.
Thank you.
Skip True Affection if you must. Understandable. Usually I would skip True Affection because it's just so out of place. But anyway, True Affection has more in line with our next album, I think.
Yeah. Nailed that transition.
Wolfgang Amadeus Phoenix. Do you know why they named it that by chance? Because it's Mozart's name, but...
I read somewhere that it was meant to be sort of like a joke. They said like if a little kid went into an art museum and like drew on some like painting or like drew on the Mona Lisa, it would be like that, taking Mozart's name and putting Phoenix there, which I get that. And this one cut, like you were saying with the album art too. Now that we're looking at this right now, this is another one of those album covers that I'm like, oh, those colors when I'm listening to it.
Yeah, it's funny that the colors kind of. We're very similar between the two albums.
Yeah, pinks.
But yeah, so I want to know when did you listen to Phoenix?
I actually don't know, but I know
this is a pretty old album. This is like 8 years old,
7 years old.
7 years old. Yeah.
So Listomania in 1901 were like huge American radio alternative hits.
Yes, yeah.
So I've heard those songs for years now. I can't remember the first time I listened to the album, and I think I've only listened to it about 2 times until it was Wheelhouse.
Yeah.
So.
And you own it on
I have it on vinyl as well, it sounds incredible because we'll get into it, but I love the way this album was produced. But yeah, the reason I recommended it is because I think it's a really important album of the 2000 to 2010 decade.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's kind of a standard in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, Andrew,
mm-hmm.
what did you think of Wolfgang?
That was good.
Yeah,
that's good.
I figured. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a suspicion that both of you guys would be pretty middle of the road on it, but I wanted to put it out there because
I'm a middle high of the road.
That's good.
I'm in that kind of same area. The first time I listened to it, I was kind of like, I don't know. So I
just want to go back and listen to "I Love You, Honeybear."
Yeah.
Well, with the first song, Listomania, I didn't know. I knew this was like higher ground with Intervisions. Mm-hmm. I've heard the song before, but I didn't know what it was called, and I didn't know the band. And so yeah, I recognize that. But I guess I only knew a certain part of the song, because it was in like a commercial. And so
probably this whole album feels like a car commercial.
It kind of does. And so the song pretty much its entirety I think is like I think it has a lot of character.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great single, but that one part I fucking hate that part.
Is it like the chorus?
Like a rhino. I hate that one part for some reason so much. It just gets at me.
I feel that. Yeah.
But the rest of the song, I think it's definitely one of the stronger tracks on the album.
Same.
So, yeah, I was confused at the name. I didn't know if Listomania was like
There's
a real
like a
thing.
little blip down
Franz
there.
Yeah.
Liszt.
Composer,
Franz
pianist,
Liszt.
Franz
Yeah.
Liszt. I love that because every boy has the first love who broke his heart, turned him into a wolf.
Turned him into a damn wolf.
It's good.
What did you think, Andrew?
It was good overall.
Yeah.
Enthusiastic Andrew
Yeah.
O.
Well, I'm not
Okay.
too enthusiastic today, but this song, pretty good. That's really
Yeah.
good. I almost stopped being like this. So I love sort of like Gus mentioned, the overall sound. It has like a cool synthesis of different sort of instruments. It's very sort of like they know what they're doing, and they're really
it's
consistent throughout.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
Reminded me of The Strokes and Vampire Weekend had a baby.
Yep, that is perfect. That's awesome.
I think my biggest issue is that the lead vocals, the lead singer, his vocals aren't distinct for me. Like they're like I don't go like that's something to make note of. It's like it's just
I don't think they're indistinct.
Yeah.
I just they kind of like grate on me after a while.
Interesting.
Like there are certain parts where I think the vocals are totally fine, and then he does some like one of those type deals, and I was like,
So for me, it's not that
cringe a
they're
little bit.
distinct, but whenever I hear like a Phoenix song, like you're saying, they have a formula kind of, and I
Yeah.
think his voice is kind of part of the formula because he has like this slight accent, and then he has this weird tone, like the way he performs everything, and then also it's all like it's not sung really well, to be honest. Like the notes are never like really perfect, so every time I hear that, I'm like, oh, it's a Phoenix song. It's like,
And for me, there's like that's one of the things that a reason why I felt like sometimes like definitely towards the end, some of the songs just sounded sort of samey.
oh yeah,
Because for me, I felt like there's a lack of like memorable vocal like melodies or moments to like attach myself to.
Yeah.
So it's just like one overall very nice and consistent soundscape, but just no like very unique or different moments, especially with the vocals.
I think that's the thing about this album is it feels to me kind of like one like long
homogenous
Phoenix song kind of. Yeah, let's go to the next track.
Okay. 1901, which is another
The other
single.
like huge single, yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately,
Oh.
this is my least favorite song.
Is it those Hey AAs?
No,
Oh.
it is just the beginning with its electronica opening. No, mainly the that just sounds like every pop song in the late 2000s, early 2010s. There is, I do like, I think it's the pre-chorus when they like the instruments start getting fast. Yeah. That part's great. But it's just the electronic parts of this song.
Yeah.
I don't dig them. But with that being said, I mean, at least my least favorite track is the second track.
Yeah. It's kind of true affection-y, you know what I'm saying?
True affection. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's totally true. Yeah.
Fences.
Fences is a cool song.
Fences is
I like the
cool,
song a
yeah.
lot.
It grooves
The lyrics are kind of ominous.
a little bit, yeah.
I'm like, what's going on? And we don't have a little track information telling us what it is. Andrew's gonna sign up right now. But
I know exactly what this song's about.
Annotate that.
It's about
shit.
the Holocaust.
it's about the Holocaust. I was about to say because fences and wired and protected in a row. Man,
Come roll the dice
Hey,
for
don't,
me.
don't forget to cite your sources, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Got him.
Oh, that's funny.
where's that last donut?
But yeah, this was the first
Cheers.
song when I was like listening to it, where I was like, "Oh, this is starting to pick up for me."
Yeah, it grooves.
I like it quite a bit. It does. I think is it this song? I think the drums just carry the song throughout.
Yeah.
I don't. Is it this song or is it
Maybe.
another one?
All songs. You can't tell the difference.
Damn.
Damn. You can certainly tell the difference on some songs, like the next one, which is
What about it?
Instrumental.
instrumental. And the beginning of it reminds me of Earthbound so much. I love Earthbound. Earthbound is one of my faves. But yeah, they have sort of like the same. So in Earthbound, like a lot of the soundtrack is like these. I don't even know how to describe it other than like it sounds like glowing sort
Yeah,
of,
yeah.
you know, like aural maybe.
Definitely.
But for the rest of the song, and this song's like 5 minutes. It might be the longest on the album.
I think it is. It's
Yeah.
instrumental, yeah.
It's over 5 minutes, I think.
It changes quite a bit throughout its course, and I think it changes enough to keep it interesting.
Nice progression.
This is actually one of my favorites.
Same. The instrumental ones are possibly my favorite part.
Yeah.
Especially Love Like a Sunset.
I was actually confused, or not confused. I was more so surprised because I saw that this was part 1, part 2, and one was 5 minutes and one was like 1.5.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that the 5-minute one would have been like the actual song with lyrics.
Yeah.
And that the short one would have been the instrumental, but no.
It's kind of weird.
Flip flop. Also, the lyrics on part 2 are kind of vague, I guess. What were you gonna say? Sad.
Well, everything's sad now,
they're sad.
They are sad. Yeah.
Your love will end like a sunset.
Acres,
where it
visible
starts and
horizon, right where it starts and ends.
I like it. That's probably my favorite track.
It's probably these two. I like a lot.
You said this was your
Dun,
alarm
dun,
tone, right?
Yeah. I just feel so triumphant. It's like dun dun dun.
My favorite track though,
Lasso is amazing.
Lasso is awesome. It's definitely my favorite on the album.
I love the drum intro part. It's so cool. Like it sounds like really hard to play, even though it's like just really simple.
It's so energetic of a song. It's they actually have information. Oh no, it's just it was on the MTV's The Hills. Very cool.
I have no idea how I feel about its use because I've never watched The Hills.
Wasn't that like that was reality TV, right? Or was that a sitcom or something?
I don't know. I think it was kind of like Degrassi type show or something like that.
Okay. Anyway, but yeah, I thought this song easily the strongest.
Yeah.
So good. Well, I mean, probably Listomania is technically the strongest because I'd say it has the most personality to it. But yeah, Lasso's a good time.
I like the lyrics on Lasso too. It's just fun.
Oh yeah. Wait. Actually, I'll look it up on my computer.
I wrote rad lead guitar.
Yeah.
And good drums.
There's like that one part in the middle. There's like a little guitar solo type part.
Mm-hmm.
Like
pretty short, right?
Yeah,
it's pretty short.
And it's like really clean too. It sounds awesome.
What do you think? Where would you go with a lasso? Could you run into me? What does that mean?
I know exactly what it's about. It's about the Holocaust.
Oh, another one. Damn. Brutal.
That's a good question. I always like interpreted it when I used to hear it. Like it sounded like, I don't know, like a contract. You know, like you're tied down to something. But then I don't know.
So lonely, so pretty, such a lack of diplomacy. Interesting.
That sounds like a Vampire Weekend lyric there.
Yeah.
I can just imagine
get that.
diplomacy.
Rome.
This is one of my least favorite ones.
More like yawn. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is also one of the longer ones. And I read in the little thing that French guys like Rome, and so they wanted to make an epic song about his relationship with Rome. And epic is not how I describe this song at all.
Yeah, same. I'm just imagining like the quote. We wanted a song that was really, really epic, you know. Rome is boring for me because it's just Rome.
It kind of like it comes out right after Lasso, and it isn't like a palate cleanser, slower sort of track.
It's like a mood killer.
Yeah, I agree because I think that the following song is great. Countdown. I think Countdown is the one where the drums carry it through just the entire.
Probably,
But yeah, Countdown is also one of my favorites.
I don't know what any of the lyrics mean on this album. Don't say no, your breakfast tears are gone. Andrew, your breakfast tears are gone. Don't say no.
Oh yeah, I wrote that down in my notes that I left at home. I was gonna mention that. It's like, what the fuck does that mean? Don't say no, your breakfast tears are gone.
I mean, I can tell you exactly what it means.
I guess don't say no, the tears you had in the morning were gone. I don't know.
That's what I assume, yeah. Sick.
I mean, I know what trip they're going on.
Hear the
I almost stopped doing this.
the lonesome bell. Is this knowledge?
Maybe they tried to Google Translate something and it came out poorly.
Yeah.
This whole album's Google translated.
Also, how he says Atom is hilarious. Atom. I like it. Atom.
Seek.
Girlfriend.
Girlfriend's all right.
Girlfriend is all right.
More like no friend.
Who?
December's death or glory, how you want it. How do you want it, Andrew?
I could tell you.
I could tell you what this is about.
Andrew,
Ciders
are you
for the lonely,
wishing death?
Wishes
Oh,
death unless. Oh, this is actually one of the lines where he like, I think he says unless weird.
Probably.
Before he goes into the is that the chorus? Die and succeed.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's the KKK
Commented, baby.
B.
I know what that stands for.
Interesting.
2 months ago, can't believe KKK is still active.
So, sounds good. Oh.
What kind of world are we living in?
Armistice.
Last song.
The last song.
Armistice.
I like it, but as a closer, I thought it was kind of weak.
Doesn't feel like a closer.
Yeah. So like the last stretch, so maybe even including Lasso, it feels like the last half of the album is very like how you mentioned before. It has like it's very similar. It's homogenous
Samey.
almost, and so there's a lot of parts to these songs where like if I listen to it, I'd obviously be like right away as it starts to be like, okay, I know what I'm getting into. But like trying to think back to certain parts about each of these songs, it's kind of fuzzy.
It is, yeah.
And even though like yesterday I listened to this album 3 times.
Oh my god.
So yeah, I do like it though.
Big fan.
What?
You're a big fan.
Big fan? I would say I'm a
Armistice.
fan. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you're less of a fan?
I'm no fan.
You're no fan.
Damn,
man. I liked it, Sterling. I thought it was it's given me some enjoyable tracks to choose from. I will definitely be listening to the Lasso
Lasso's
and probably
awesome.
Countdown. Some more. Oh, and that instrumental. I like that instrumental
Oh, yeah.
one too. But yeah, any closing words you want to say?
Not for me.
Do they how many other albums do they have?
They have, I think, maybe 1 or 2 before this, and then they have their most recent one that came out. It's got a peach on the front. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
Do you like that one?
I haven't listened to it all the way through, but
Oh, okay.
the singles are really cool. There's one called Trying to Be Cool, and it's like funky. It's got like a Prince influence. Sounds cool.
Prince. Oh.
Yeah.
Now I gotta listen to it.
Yeah. It's good.
R.I.P. Robert E. Lee.
Did that make you more sad when he
What?
said Prince? You're like,
Oh, no.
Prince
I
is
forgot.
dead.
Oh yeah. I gotten over it, but no. Just yeah.
Well, that's it.
All right.
Finally.
Come on.
Round
Our
3.
finale.
Come on,
Bring it
Happy
on.
boy. The finale. This one's yours. So
Talk it up.
cheer
This
the.
is a comedy album, Rant in E minor by Bill Hicks. Which, first off, I love that name.
Yeah.
I'm
Rant in
sure
E
you
minor.
do. Songs in the Key of Life. I'm sure you do.
Okay, I'm gonna eat the rest of that donut.
So Bill Hicks is a Houston, Texas comedian. He's dead now.
He's dead.
I think he died in 97 or something like
94.
that. Oh, this came out in 97,
Yes.
but died in 94. Of cancer.
Pancreatic cancer.
Pancreatic cancer.
Probably from that
which
smoking.
sucks.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a shame. And that makes this
Pancreatic
album
cancer?
darker.
Does that have to do with smoking?
I don't know.
I don't think
No,
so.
I think it has to do with
Smoking a lot.
peeing or something.
I don't know.
This album is
Pancreas
dark.
When your pancreas is fucked up, that's when you have like insulin problems. Anyway,
Yeah,
this album is dark.
like also since he died and stuff too. Like listening to it is a little eerie. You know what I mean?
well, that actually one thing. So what I thought was kind of interesting about this album is that it includes some music and
I
whatnot.
have questions. So many questions about this.
And so what I read was after he had been diagnosed with cancer,
Yeah.
he decided to put some music into this, even though this was released years after his death.
Yeah.
He decided to put some music into this. He called it his Dark Side of the Moon, along with Arizona Bay.
Yeah, and Arizona Bay does that as well. It's kind of
Cool.
interspliced music into it. His music.
And so yeah, the music, yeah, it's definitely not upbeat or cheery or anything. In fact, it's not even like comedy rock or anything
Yeah.
like that. It's just little song interludes and whatnot. But yeah, I'll touch on a certain song, so to speak.
I know which one.
I think that you guys probably do.
But overall, they're effective, I think, in
Oh, yeah.
setting a
Definitely.
tone.
That was one of my questions. Let me ask these right now? 'Cause
Yeah.
I want to know.
I'm scared.
if you know the answer because I actually don't understand. So first of all, you answer my question, Gus, with the music. I wasn't sure if that was being played live.
No.
Okay.
It was after the fact.
I had that as a production note because I wasn't sure. And then also, was this one show?
No, I'm pretty sure it's 2 shows.
Okay, because I hear there's a part where he like is reintroduced like in the middle or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's 2 primary shows. So here, if I pull up the Wikipedia
It's
page,
definitely-
you can see that there's like it's definitely delineated. There's a part 1, and then there's a
November
Part 2.
92 to December 93 is
Gotcha.
when it was
there's a part
quote-unquote
3
recorded.
also. So I guess there's
Oh.
3 general sections with different chapters in
So
between.
throughout, there's also some little production tweaks, right? Like Satan
Yeah.
shows up, you know, and he does like the voice thing, right? And then also there's like some weird rewound
Reverb
vocals. Well, that as
reverb,
well.
There's like those are definitely added after the fact.
Rewound
Okay, why?
vocals?
Like there's some parts where he says something and then it like goes back, or he says something in reverse or something weird like that. Is that just a just production choice?
I think it
To
was
be-
yeah.
Just be funky.
Yeah, I think it. I think it works. I think it gives it character. I think it
Definitely
it,
character,
This
yeah.
is this is dark. This is a dark album.
Yes. That's why I
and-
love it.
Yeah, that's why I like it a lot
Yeah.
too. Yeah. So on this show we've only listened to one other comedy album,
Which was also dark.
which was dark in retrospect. And so I mean I enjoyed Cosby's album.
Yeah.
But this was way more my speed.
It's
Same,
very
yeah.
eye-opening at times.
through and through. This is I was very pleasantly surprised with this.
And this isn't even like a good like beginner Bill Hicks, because it is him at
It's
his most
intense.
raw and distilled.
Oh yeah.
But then again, if this is the kind of guy you jam with, this is like the hardcore Bill Hicks that you'll love.
I love it. So, I wouldn't even say it's like eye-opening, because that's another thing I noticed that I have a question about. Do you know how many people, first of all, that he was playing to?
Oh, at the time?
Yeah.
I mean, there's
Because
that one part at the end. He was like, "Oh, geez, I've been in bed with more people."
That's like in the
than
middle.
I
Yeah, he's, like,
that's one of my
starting
favorite.
So, to me, it sounds like people are legitimately uncomfortable or don't think he's funny sometimes. Maybe that's the way it was recorded,
Mhm.
Oh, I'm
but there's
sure.
not a lot of laughing in some parts.
I think,
I'm
in
sure.
particular, this song "Your Wrong Night."
Oh my
that
God.
intro. That's a
We can
really,
talk about Your
really
Wrong Night.
awkward.
That's what I was alluding
Same,
to before.
yeah.
I love your.
That's
Wrong
one of the
Night.
most important tracks on this entire thing, hands down.
Because I think another thing why it's so dark is that at the time, everyone pretty sure like Bill Hicks knows he had cancer and
Yeah.
he's dying. So he kind of lets himself kind of go off script a little bit.
It's going all
and
out.
At times it's kind of rambly, but at the same time it is more intimate. Like you're like just hearing his complete, unprocessed thoughts.
Yeah.
And the music and using the reverb and all the weird sound effects kind of get you in the same headspace. Like you just imagine like this like black and white like smoky room, just like Bill Hicks is right there.
Yeah.
Preaching to you almost.
I agree with almost everything he believes in. Almost
Yeah.
everything.
I mean, for me, because I've listened to like Bill Hicks like way earlier, so I was definitely more impressionable at the time. So at the time, I was like, "Whoa, I'd never thought of any of these things." And
Man.
yeah,
You actually, I believe, gave me a few Bill Hicks tracks off of this album and
Yeah.
off of Arizona
and
Bay.
Arizona Bay.
And then you had also told me to watch that David Letterman performance, or you watched it with me.
Yeah, we saw
showed
it,
me.
yeah.
Yeah. So some of these jokes, I was like, wait, have I listened to this
Yeah, they are,
before?
yeah.
But so he's done a lot of these jokes before, but this particular performance feels so much like I watched the David Letterman one. I was like, okay, I heard that. That sounds rehearsed. But this one felt like real, and it felt in real time. And
If you notice the same
live.
bits on both performances, like here he has like a couple like added lines in here with a lot
Yeah.
more profanity,
it goes up to that whole thing of just kind of letting himself go,
which is probably how
putting
he wrote
all
it
out there.
originally, but he had to like censor himself for television.
Oh yeah, but still
but
was
he still
banned.
got censored.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that subject matter itself was.
And then
very
David
raw.
Letterman's like, "Oh, that was my fault. Like, I don't
With
know
his-
what I was thinking."
with his mom there.
Yeah, exactly.
After he's dead.
I watched that whole thing, which was pretty good.
15
Like, the
years
interview with the
later.
mom. Yeah, David Letterman didn't want to get in trouble because he's a fool.
So
Yo, fuck him and Jay
He's
Leno.
he's a corporate shell.
corporate shill.
off the artistic roll call.
That's yeah, I love that
So
one.
we'll not go track by track, but there's like some general sections. So I love the first thing you hear on the album on Fevered Egos. I'm here to sing some songs about for my mama, and then he starts playing the music. I love that. It's like he's right up to the mic, just in your ear, and then he starts playing, and then it bleeds into the comedy performance. The show. So, what are some favorite sections?
Favorite sections or favorite tracks? Because I can do
Either
tracks.
one.
Let's
Either
talk about favorites.
Let's
in
talk
general.
about favorites.
What's your fave?
What's my fave track? My two fave tracks are Pro-Life and Non-Smokers together combined.
Yeah, okay.
He brings up pro-lifers in the non-smoking section.
Yeah.
I just thought that was funny.
Yeah, pro-lifers are my favorite.
It was just how he went about it. It was fucking hilarious.
I like the part where he's like, some of my friends think they're, some of my friends think they're
Yes,
like,
yeah.
evil, or no, some of my friends think they're annoying idiots. Some of my friends think they're evil fucks.
Yeah.
But the timing is so good because you like definitely
yes.
paces it out. So it's like,
Yeah, and how he sets it up, he's like, the issue is so divisive even among my friends, and that's why it's funny because he's like, some think they're stupid, and then the others
think they're even stupid.
They're evil. Yeah, and so he gets you.
Yeah.
That catch.
And then like linking it to like the non-smoking stuff, like with and the thing with the cross-eyed, which you can't see because it's all audio, but he probably does that. You saw that in the David Letterman thing.
Oh yeah, I'm
where
a pro-life smoker.
Yeah. And I love, probably one of my favorite parts of there is like, I get that look a lot because I've been performing abortions.
Oh, yeah.
Smoking and doing abortions.
Oh, God.
Which isn't that, so I've listened to this a few times, maybe 2 times before this, or listening to it again. And naturally you don't laugh as much out loud because you're familiar with the content.
Yeah.
But there are some like punchlines that you kind of forget. And then when it comes out, it's like surprises you. It's so funny. So good. Sterling, any favorites? Section?
My favorite is artistic roll call, hands down. Like he just goes, he does not stop, and you can tell the people in the audience are like, okay, like next joke. And he gets to the Jay Leno part about Jay Leno like shooting himself in the face, and he just does it for like a minute straight, and everyone in the audience is like, okay, like go next. And I love that because he doesn't hold back, and he
does not, and it's awesome.
Yeah, and it's incredible because like why should he? I think that's part of the entire theme. Like what's the point of that?
Even to points where like I'm starting to get like okay, like listening to it, it's like
maybe on your wrong night that was probably the one moment that I was like, oh God, I'm scared. I didn't want to like count it as my favorite because it's not a part of his stand-up, but I love Your Wrong Night. That's my other favorite.
It's so dark. He's yelling at his audience,
starts
calling
screaming
them
like
fucking idiots.
Morons.
Yeah.
Fucking morons.
It's like, oh my God, and it's mixed with the music, just interspersed throughout. Oh, so good.
Yeah, the music part at the beginning is awesome with the little picking guitar stuff. I like that.
Yeah, he's a good guitarist.
Yeah,
which is I wonder if I really want a collection of his music. Because there's some stuff from Arizona Bay that exists. So that'd be cool. But
also like Politics in America. That one's good.
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like, it's puppet over on this side. It's a puppet over on this side. They're the same guys holding up both puppets.
Chapter 7, I love. For multiple reasons. Deficit is, I mean, it's still relevant today.
Yeah.
Weed is still a hot topic. In fact, a lot of things he touches on 20 years ago are still super relevant. Abortion, weed,
war on drugs.
War on drugs.
Religious fanaticism.
Racism.
Yeah.
Racism. Yeah. All over the board. But
Army.
On Deficit, he starts talking about this guy named Jesse Helms.
Yeah.
Who I didn't know.
Yeah, exactly. That's another thing where some of the 90s references, you get kind of lost.
But I actually found like most of them, like Rush Limbaugh is still around.
Yeah, he's still relevant.
Unfortunately.
Cops, I know the show Cops.
Yeah.
And so I looked up Jesse Helms and like all the things he did, and what a piece of shit. what a piece of shit human being. But and so that just made the track better. But then he gets on to Rush Limbaugh.
Speaking of the devil.
So in high school, I had a friend who I went to his house a lot. And we would be in his game room, like playing video games or whatnot. And his mom, who was kind of batshit insane, so to speak, in nice terms, she would oftentimes come upstairs, and there was a computer, there was her desktop. So it's like, yeah, whatever. But she would play, like, and I'm talking about, like, every time she comes up here. It wasn't like every once in a while she played Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh, every single time she would walk into the room. And, people can have their political opinions, of course. But I don't know. If I was a parent, I wouldn't ever, like, I guess, put my political views on blast around other people's kids, Yeah. So I mean, at that point I was in high school, so it wasn't like I was an impressionable little fuck. But
just unwanted indoctrination. It's like, back off, mom.
Yeah, just listening to him go on and on was so like insufferable. I
Yeah.
always hated when she had to turn him on. But yeah,
So this is very cathartic for you.
yes, this was very great for me. That's why I really love the track Rush Limbaugh.
That imagery though.
He's so right. Oh yeah, and the imagery is so hilarious and so disgusting.
Which he does. He nails that.
Yes.
Um,
And he just keeps going on and on.
yeah. Just when you thought it was enough. Bring in Barbara Bush.
Brings me
Barbara
back
Bush.
to artistic roll call. He says, what was it? He's like, Jay Leno puts that pistol in his Dorito shilling mouth, and it sprays an NBC peacock on the wall behind
Yeah.
him. That's my favorite part.
And then later he's
Company man to the bitter fucking end.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
and then like
So
what
good.
later like he grabs an Uzi and he
Yeah.
like shoots himself and he loads another clip and he's just
Still
keeps on going.
shooting himself. And then Satan fucks him in the ass.
Yeah.
It's hilarious.
And yeah, we were talking about all these things that are still relevant today. Bill Hicks, a lot of people he's very prophetic.
Yep.
You know.
And David Letterman in that thing was saying like he was so before his time, which I actually agree with that. I usually hate that that phrase, like someone was before their time or something like that. But I actually genuinely believe that if he was around today or doing this right now, that it would be so huge.
Yeah.
Like, it's like Louis C.K. like on steroids.
I think he'd
basically.
be huge, but I think he'd be hugely controversial.
Definitely, but for some reason I feel like in the 90s that doesn't go over as well as it would now. You know what I mean?
It depends what topic you're talking about. So
Yeah.
if he was talking about like
The Pope.
you know, Pope and shit, yeah, people would probably get pissed off more then than now. Probably, maybe. You know,
I mean,
maybe
that's hard
in
to say.
maybe in the Vatican, not. I mean, they'd get more angry. But like on here, what track is it? Like gays in the military. Holy fucking
that's another of
shit!
my favorites.
He I think people probably back then and today would be
Yeah.
very upset.
My favorite quote is, anyone dumb enough to want to be in the military should be allowed in.
Yeah. So I'm of a military family.
Yeah.
You know, so it's brutal, but I agree on some of the things he had to say during that track.
Yeah.
I mean, should we even like get into politics? I agree with some of the things he says about
Sure.
going to war and
Yeah, same.
like, and it's
Killing little
pointless.
brown
It's
people.
not. Yeah, it's not necessary and whatnot. And I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with if you're stupid enough
you're
to
dumb
want
enough
to be
to-
in. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that in fact that might be the only part. But I was like, oh, I don't know if I find this part funny. But also, cops.
Yeah,
For the most part, I found it funny until he starts talking about the abused wife
Yeah.
or abused girlfriend, and
What was it?
And kept going on about how she shouldn't have children and whatnot because
Oh,
she
yeah.
was, I was like, damn, why are you laying into
Shit,
her
yeah.
instead of like the abuser?
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, I thought that track was really funny. And Gays in America, yeah, Gays in America. I mean, Gays in
The
America.
military?
Gays in the military is definitely a powerful
Yeah.
track.
Yeah.
Powerful delivery. Andrew, what's your favorite?
Oh my goodness. I wasn't prepared for this. I love Your Children Aren't Special so
Yeah,
much.
it's a good
Yes,
closer.
that's one of my favorites also.
Yeah.
So true.
Yeah.
They aren't. I'm sorry.
I apologize.
Go listen to
are not.
this album and you'll know why.
The Wizards have landed.
My least favorite, and it's really short, so it hardly even matters, is
Is it dick joke?
Purple Vein Dick Joke.
Purple Vein Dick joke.
I just thought it was...
What? I like it.
Yeah.
I
think it's
thought
funny.
because the rest of his album is so like, I mean, he touches on the fact, like he refers to like, don't worry, there'll be more dick jokes soon and
Yeah.
whatnot, which is funny. But I find this pretty intellectually stimulating, and so it comes right after Gifts of Forgiveness, which is another one of the longer big ones, and not even anyone on the track is laughing
Yeah.
at him. He's just talking about the purple vein dick joke, and I agree. I didn't think it was funny.
I felt like pandering.
It is the one track I would say could go. So yeah. There's that. Do you have any? You said you don't agree with him on everything, Sterling. What?
Like stance wise, you mean?
Or any? I guess.
No, I agree. I think I agree with him on maybe 99.99999% of things here.
Oh, sorry. Oh
No, go ahead. I need to think.
Purple Vein.
one of the boys, Clinton, where he's talking about how we should have I'm not going to say exactly what he said verbatim, but basically we should show the Iraqis. We should embarrass them because we should have killed President Bush Sr. at the time, which he said less people would die if that was the case, and that's incredibly prescient.
No loss of innocent life.
No loss of innocent life.
Put him in a car bomb derby.
Considering what happened only half a decade later with Senior's son, as we all know.
Junior.
And Love,
Georgie.
So, I thought that was really funny.
Yeah.
Although if he was president at the time, which he wasn't, but if he was, I wonder if that would count as, like, threatening the president's life.
Probably, yeah.
But
overall, like, I think the heart of great comedy is sort of having truth underlying in there.
And I think you have to be able to laugh at dark things.
Yeah.
Or then, like, that kind of ruins the point, in my opinion.
It's just so hard-hitting. He just points out, like, the contradiction and irony in everyday life just, like, so simply.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, it definitely sticks with you. It's a lot to think about.
He's a funny dude. And oftentimes, like, I can see how people might get, like, put off by this because he comes off as, like, antagonistic sometimes. Mm-hmm. He's very intense. And he's very like belittling and whatnot. Like he even yells at his audience. He calls them fucking morons and whatnot.
I think that's good. I think it's good.
No, I love it too. But I can see how that would be like a turn off. But yeah, that to me that's totally like
exactly.
He has such conviction and whatnot.
See, after thinking about it just now, I can say I'm pretty sure I agree with 100% of what he says. Pretty sure. And I also think. I haven't listened to too many comedy albums. I've listened to like several Louis C.K. ones and the Bill Cosby one, and I'm sure a few more, but this is probably my favorite that I've ever listened to.
Yeah.
It's
awesome. I mean, of the two I've listened to. Yeah, this is my favorite.
Oh, yeah. Better than Russell.
And I'm definitely going to check out his other...
Arizona Bay.
Material.
Yeah. Some of his like tape stand-ups specials too.
Have you ever listened to Enema by Tool?
No.
Then never mind. But they heavily reference Arizona Bay, so to speak.
I heard Radiohead. I was reading on Wikipedia.
Radiohead
did something for his when he died.
Yeah, super
for the
influential.
Bends or something. Yeah, or maybe on tour for the Bends. Yeah, but anyway, so that's that.
Yeah, amazing comedy album.
Great, yeah, absolutely.
A profound person.
Yeah, you know it sucks. It sucks that Jesse Helms got to live to 86 and he died at 32.
Yeah, there's this podcast I listen to on occasion. Mental Illness Happy Hour, hosted by Paul Gilmartin, who's also a comedian. And where is that? Oh, he wrote this out about maybe a month ago. Tennessee passed a bill allowing therapists to reject patients for being LGBT. God, I wish Bill Hicks was still alive.
Yeah.
Nice. Man. Crazy times.
All right, you said this is going to be a short episode. Nope, it's a full Wheelhouse.
As always,
full Wheelhouse.
We pretty much say that before every episode.
Yeah, we track by track. Short. That's why.
Yeah.
By tracks.
Anyway, Andrew, please. What is this mysterious special show?
Oh yeah. So usually we recommend some stuff to talk about for next week, but because next week it will be the last time we will be recording in the same room because we're going to part ways for the summer. We're going to do something a little special for next week, in addition to doing some special stuff over the summer, which I'll outline next week. So, for now, just know that next week, a super special show on the way. Our Google Doc here, whole bunch of question marks. I kind of have something formulated. I kind of hinted at you guys a little bit, but something cool we'll be having. Or who knows, I'll get lazy. I'll be sad about my essay, just not get around to doing it. Who knows? So, yeah, no recommendations for today.
Woo!
Unfortunately.
No work.
And this would be the time where I get out my index card and read it, but I don't have it.
Take us home.
So I'm going to pretend. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/wheelhousecast. Follow us on Twitter at wheelhousecast. Subscribe to our feed on iTunes, and we can also rate and review us. There should have been 2, but there's only 1 review. Finally, you can email us at wheelhousecast@gmail.com if you want to be a guest or if you want to air your grievances about anything we've said. You could do it there. Is any plugs you want to get out there?
That was episode 13. Lucky number 13.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Any plugs? No.
No.
All right. Oh, well, thank you, Gus. Thank you, Sterling.
Cheer up, Andrew.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
I think we've used that one before.
Damn it. We'll try again next time.
A wheelhouse a day keeps the doctor away.
Yeah. Okay. Bye.
Bye.